can better understand them, because sometimes they can be kind of hard to understand. You're not sure which numbers to use or which words are important, so we're just going to go over today how we can learn better how to understand those things. So, screen share. So there's a few tools or steps that we can use to better understand. And first, that is reading the question and rereading the question. So you can read it a couple times, make sure you understand it. And then highlighting the important numbers and words in the problem. Then visualizing the problem, such as drawing a picture, writing the equation that the visualization represents, and then solving that equation. So I first have our first word problem. And if you look at the Google Doc I sent you, it's the first question on the Google Doc. So I have that here on the whiteboard. It says, Jamie brought 2 apples to school. His friend Mary gave him 1 banana. How many pieces of fruit does Jamie now have? And so now, as the first step is, we reread the question. So would someone like to volunteer to reread the question?
I will.
Thanks.
Jamie brought 2 apples to school. His friend Mary gave him 1 banana. How many pieces of fruit does Jamie have now?
Perfect. All right. So the important numbers would be 2, and we'll underline 2. If we had a piece of paper, I'd encourage you to use a highlighter, but we can underline them for now. The important numbers are 2 and 1. Who thinks they know what the important words are in this first question?
Apples and bananas.
So smart. That's correct. Apples and bananas. So then, in the third step, we would visualize a problem or draw a picture. So we have 2 apples. So you would draw 2 apples, or whatever kind of geometric shape you can make to represent your apples, and then 1 banana. And so we'll draw 1 banana. Right. And the question is, how many pieces of fruit does Jamie now have? We can see he has 2 apples and 1 banana. We want to know how many he has total. So then we would finish the equation by saying he wants 2 plus 1, which equals 3. Awesome. All right, and then we solve the equation. All right, so I'm going to have work on the next question. All right. So, would Elena volunteer to read the question?
Sarah picked 5 flowers for her mom in a field. On the way to her house, she picked 2 more flowers for her mom. How many flowers will Sarah's mom receive?
Cool. Would Samantha read it again?
Sarah picked 5 flowers for her mom in a field. On the way to her house, she picked 2 more flowers for her mom. How many flowers will Sarah's mom receive?
Awesome. All right. Could Taylor go ahead and highlight the underline the important numbers? And Elena, underline the important words. Awesome. All right, so now that we've identified the important words and numbers, could each of you go ahead and draw a picture for this question? And you can do it on, or draw on the whiteboard.
Are we all drawing a picture?
Yes.
Mine sort of look like flowers.
They don't have to be flowers, just whatever shape makes sense for you.
Oh my goodness.
All right, awesome. All right, so I'm going to use the red example. And we're going to finish it up with the equation. So all of you seem to get the first part right. We had 5, and then we add the 2 flowers. And we wanted to find out how many flowers Sarah's mom will receive. So if she has 5 plus the 2, that will equal
7.
7. Awesome. All right. Who is red?
Me.
Cool. Right. So I'm going to have you do this third question on your own. You can keep the colors you used for the second question. You will know who did what. So you can go ahead and read the question, and then each of you can underline the words and numbers in your color, and then draw the picture and the equation, and then solve it. Looks like you guys all got the right answer. You did awesome. So now we're going to move on and do a few centers so that we can get some extra practice. The first one, I'll have you each come each come to me, and we will go over some of the concepts again, and I'll just make sure you each understand all the steps in that your crystal on that, and then we're going to add an extra step, and we're going to try a subtraction problem. So we look at this question. There are 9 dolls in Lila's closet. Her sister took 4 dolls out of Lila's closet. how many dolls are now in Lila's closet. So we'll go over some of the concepts we just learned about, and then we'll add an additional one. And then our second center, we will be using Unifix cubes. And we'll use it to answer this this question. So it says Bobby took a green crayon and a pink crayon. How many crayons does Bobby have? So I'm going to take an off-screen share. All right, we'll use our Unifix cubes, and we'll see Bobby has one crayon, and he has a pink crayon, and we'll put our Unifix cubes together, and we'll find out how many does he have. So he has 1, and then 2. So we'll use that for a Unifix. And then for our last center, we will be using the Thinking Blocks Junior game. So this game also gives you a little extra practice. It also goes over subtraction a little bit, so you'll get be a little challenging, but it's another really good visual. So we'll do one problem together. It says if you add 6 to a mystery number, the sum will be 19. What is the mystery number? So we have this guy, which represents, or we'll do the labels first. So we want the sum. So this whole thing right here is the sum. We have a mystery number and a number added. And then these two represent the mystery number and the number added. And once you put those on your iPad, so click the check mark, we got it right. So we know that the sum right here is 19. And we know that the mystery number is question mark. And that if you add 6 to this question mark, you get 19. All right. So at this point, if you need some help, you can use a calculator, use that from your iPad, or you can have a spare sheet of paper to do the problem. But who can tell me what 19 minus 6 would be?
13.
Awesome. And we'll see if that's right. Yay, fantastic job. All right. And then once the centers are completed, we'll come back for tables and we'll do an assessment, just an in-class assessment, just to make sure we all got it right. And I will even add in a bonus subtraction question in there. We'll see if we can get that. Was there any other questions or concerns?
Nope.
Awesome. All right, so just one more time. Read and reread. Highlight key terms and concepts. Visualize the problem. Draw the equation, and that's it.
Awesome. Okay, now I will grab mine. 1 second. Okay, so if you guys can go to the whiteboard link that I sent you guys. There should already be like 3 examples set up.
Where did you send it to us?
I emailed it like right after Holly sent hers. It should look like this.
Got it.
Can you guys all see it?
Yes.
Okay. So today I am going to teach you guys how to solve big numbers in 3 different ways. So the first way right here is we will do the standard way, and we've been working on it. So we just do 7 times 4, which is 28. 7 times 2 is 14 plus 2 is 16. And then we'd keep the space. 2 times 4 is 8. And then 2 times 2 is 4. And then we will go ahead and we'll add that. 6 plus 8 is 14. You carry the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. Plus another one is 6. So that is how we do the standard way. And then the next way is a partial product. So what you would do is you would multiply the 10s together. So it'd be 20 times 20. You get 400. And then you do the 10s times 1s. So 20 times 7 is 140. And then 20 times 4 is 80. And then you would multiply your 1s together. So 4 times 7 is 28. And then you add those up together. So what is 4 plus 8 plus 2?
14.
Good job. And then we carry the 1. And then what is 4 plus 1 plus 1?
6.
Good job, you guys. Okay. And then the third way is called an open array. It just breaks up the numbers easily, easier than the partial product, so you can see how you're multiplying them better. So you would do 20 times 20. What is 20 times 20?
400.
400. And then 20 times 4 is 80. What is 20 times 7?
140.
Good job. And then 7 times 4 is 28. So you can see how we did it on the partial product way. So then you would just add up all these numbers. So then you'd have 400 plus 80 plus 140 plus 28. Okay, and then 8, 14, and then 6. So you can see we got them all right because all the answers are the same. So now we will try and do another example together. So I will go ahead and clear the board. And then Samantha, will you give me a double-digit number?
36.
Oh, that is way too big. 36. And then Holly, will you give me another double-digit number?
17.
17. Good. Okay. So, what is 6 times 7?
42.
And then carry the 4. Then what is 3 times 7?
21.
And then you would add the 4. So
5.
25.
5. Good job, you guys. And then we keep our place. And then what is 1 times 6?
6.
6. And then 1 times 3.
3.
Okay, and then Elena, will you go ahead and add those numbers up together?
Whoa, hold on. $612.
Will you go ahead and show how you added those on the whiteboard?
Okay.
Great job. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll do the same number for the partial products since we already know the answer to make sure we get it right. Okay, what is our first step to multiplying partial products?
Multiply the tens.
Good job. So it would be 30. What is 30 times 10?
30. Oh, no. 300.
Good job. Okay. And then what is the next step after we multiply tens?
Multiply the tens and the ones.
Good job. So what is 30 times 7?
$210.
Great job. Okay, and then what is 10 times 6?
60.
Okay, and then Samantha, what is our last multiplying numbers?
The ones.
Okay, so what will we multiply?
The 6 and the 7.
And that would be,
42.
great job. And then Holly, will you go ahead and add up all these numbers to see if we get the right answer? Great job, you guys. Okay, and then next we'll do our open array. Okay. So, here. So, we will break it up to 30 and 6, and then 10 and 7. So, Samantha, will you multiply the tens together and write it in the first box?
Okay.
Perfect. And then, Elena, will you do the next box? So 10 times 6. And then, Holly, will you do 30 times 7? Perfect. And then I will go ahead and do the last one, just 42. And then we have 300, 210, 60, and 40. Okay, now, 42. Sorry. Okay. So now, Samantha, will you go ahead and add those up together? Great job, you guys. Okay, so now you guys will help me. So I'll clear the board. Do you guys have any questions?
No.
No.
Okay. Oh, okay. So, Elena, will you give me another double-digit number?
22.
And then Samantha, will you go ahead and give me another one?
40.
Okay, so now I will have you guys choose one way that you like better and multiply these numbers up together. It looks like you guys are all done. So who wrote in red?
I did.
Why did you choose the open array?
I like using the open array because it's easier for me to visualize what I'm multiplying.
Perfect. Why didn't you do 20, like split up the 40 into 20 and 20? Would that make it easier for you?
It could have, but in my mind, I just went straight to 40.
Okay. Nice job. And then who wrote in black?
I did, Holly.
Okay, Holly, why did you multiply this way?
Because it was a way I hadn't necessarily understood as well before. So I wanted to practice to make sure I understood it.
Great job. And then Samantha, you wrote in green.
Yep.
Why did you choose the open array too?
I liked, like Elena said, how I can visualize the tens and the ones better. And it made it easier for me to multiply.
Great job, you guys. So do you guys want to do another example together on one you don't understand quite yet?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and erase the board again. Okay, so Samantha, you want to go ahead and give me another double-digit number?
55.
Okay, and then Elena, will you go ahead and give me another one?
$23.
Okay. And then which way do you guys want to practice more multiplying?
Maybe the partial product way.
Okay. So an easier way to do this is we can just write them out next to it, so that way you can visualize it better. So we can do 50 times 20. What is 50 times 20?
70. Oh no,
700.
yeah,
What did I?
400.
100. Okay. And then what is the next step for multiplying partial products?
The tens and the ones.
Okay, so 50 times what number?
I think 50 times 20 is actually 1,000.
I think you're right, actually.
Go math.
Great job. So 50 times 3. And what is 50 times 3?
150.
Great job. So then 150. And then what is our next step?
20 times 5.
Great job. And what is 20 times 5?
100.
Great job. So then we go ahead and write it under here. And then our last step is multiplying the ones. So 5 times 3. What is 5 times 3?
15.
15.
15. Okay, and then we go ahead and add these all up. So 5. And then what is 5 plus 1?
6.
Okay, and then 2 plus 2. Or 1 plus 1, sorry.
2.
And then bring down the 1. So our answer will be 1,265. So we'll go ahead and I'll let you guys practice this again. So, Holly, will you pick another double-digit number?
28.
And then, Elena, will you go ahead and choose another one?
45.
Okay, now we have the numbers set up. So now you guys will go ahead and practice this again, the partial product way.
Oh, shoot. Oh. Jesus. Mine is being annoying.
Great job. So was that easier to do the partial product as I wrote out the steps?
Yes.
Perfect. So now we'll go ahead and stop screen sharing if it'll work. And that is my lesson.
Good job.
Good job. I will stop recording.